Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode. Now, I got back from holiday 4 days ago. I was actually away for a week extra, so I was away for 3 whole weeks. And as you can see, the allotment is in a bit of a state. There is so much to do, so I thought I'd come up here before the rain comes and try and get some work done. So I am back from my holiday in Wales. I was actually meant to stay for 2 weeks, 1 week in Fishguard and then the next week in the Brecon Beacons, but I decided to stay for 3 whole weeks in Fishguard, just because I met someone there and we had such a great time. So I stayed on a week extra, or 2 weeks extra in Fishguard. But it was so great. Wales is so beautiful, and I just had the best time. I actually spent most of my time on a farm, so I was helping around there doing little farm jobs. We did some silage and we cut hay and baled it, and I drove a tractor for the first time, which was really fun. But no, I had a really good time, and if you head on over to my blog, then I talk a little bit about it on there and I share some pictures. No doubt I'll share a little video on here. I didn't really film much, I just filmed cutting hay on the farm, but I'll share it with you just to add a little something. Some of you might be interested, some of you might not. But no, I had such a great time in Wales. But like I said, I was away for 3 weeks, and I came back to a rather messy plot. It's not messy in the sense of weeds. There are weeds, but I was expecting more weeds, in fact. It's just messy in the sense that there's not a lot of crops. I mean, all the flowers look really messy because I haven't had the time to deadhead them or anything. But what's annoyed me the most is the lack of growth, and it's really disheartening, just because I think I'm comparing it to last year and what it looked like last year. I mean, the archway, for instance, was absolutely covered with pumpkin leaves and borlotti beans, and I know I've been away for 3 weeks, so I haven't had the time to sort that out, but the sweet peas are all dead now because I couldn't pick them. The borlotti beans are only about 4 foot high. It's actually started to rain now. Great. And the munchkin pumpkins, like, there's nothing there. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to rip up all the sweet peas because they're all dead now. I'll save some of the seed, of course. And then I'll try and tie the bean plants up and try and tie the munchkin pumpkins up. And hopefully there's still time for them to grow. And then today is really just going to be a bit of a tidy up. If it stops raining, of course. Yeah, I'm just going to tidy up, deadhead a few flowers, pick some French beans. Oh, and I need to plant these out. These are dwarf French beans, which I sowed just before I went on holiday. So I came back and they're ready to go in. They're too big really now. They should have been put out ages ago, but I haven't been here. So I'm going to rip the broad beans up. I'm going to put them in. I'm going to tidy up the archway. And hopefully this rain will stop so I can actually do something. So it's time to get the dwarf French beans in. Now, the broad beans were originally here, so I've taken them all up, weeded it, given it a good rake, so it's ready to put these dwarf French beans in. There's a tractor going past. So the variety which I'm growing is called Purple Queen. They're dwarf French bean. You're probably thinking it's a little bit too late to be putting beans out, but I did this last year. I planted these out in August last year, and I got a really nice little crop of dwarf French beans September, October time. And because this space is empty and because my allotment's not very big, I try to use as much space as possible. I don't like to see empty ground at all. So I thought I'd give them another try this year. If I don't get many beans from them, then you can only try, can't you? So I sowed these in the greenhouse just before I went on holiday, so I sowed them about 3 weeks ago in these root trainers, which I do all my beans in because they're just great. As you can see, they are a little bit tangled and a little bit too big. I would have really liked to have gotten them out at least a week ago, but obviously I wasn't here. And I think they've gone really leggy because they've been in the greenhouse and they've been nibbled a little bit. So they're not looking their best. But I thought while they're here, I'll put them out, see what happens. And hopefully I'll get some beans in about a month's time. Now, because these are dwarf variety, they don't need to be supported like the climbing beans. They need to be planted out about 3 inches deep, and the rows need to be 12 inches apart. So I'm having 2 rows here just so they can support each other. Now you can sow them straight into the ground from about May to June. Obviously 3 inches deep again, 12 inches apart. But like I said, I did it in the greenhouse to give them a head start. And they look awful. But I'm going to put them out and see what happens. So I'm just using a dibber to create a little hole into the ground. Now let's see if we can get these out without getting completely tangled. So it's just a matter of placing the roots into the hole, filling it back in and giving it a little push down. And then hopefully we will be harvesting some lovely purple beans in the next month or so. It's another day and it looks like summer is finally back. It's absolutely glorious today. The sun is shining and it's hot and there's a nice bit of a breeze as well, which is perfect. So today I'm going to be putting some leeks in, and I also think it's about time that I cleaned the pond for those poor frogs. So now that I've harvested a row of the international kidney potatoes, I thought I'd use the space to put a couple of rows of leeks in. Now, I did this last year when the potato bed was down the other side. Once I harvested a row of potatoes, I put in 2 rows of leeks, and they lasted me throughout the winter, which was just perfect. So I thought I'd do it again, because this would have otherwise been space that would have just been empty. So it's great being able to do a second growing season, because you get more crops out of such a small space as well. So the leeks are called Musselborough. I grew this make last year as well, and they were great. I mean, they were nice and big, they were nice and healthy, and my dad grows this variety as well, so it's perfect. So I bought these from a garden centre. I wanted to actually sow the seeds myself, but I never got round to it, so I had to go to the garden centre to buy these, which is perfectly fine. Hopefully next year I'll be more on top of it. I think I said that last year, but hopefully next year I'll be more on top of it. Now, I actually bought this pack and my dad's been using them, so I've only got a few, so we'll see how far I go. Ideally I would like to put 3 rows of leeks here, but I can obviously buy some more if there's not enough. So I will be using a dibber to put my leeks in. Now this is just made from an old spade handle. It's actually 8 inches long here, which is perfect because your leeks can be planted at a depth of 6 to 8 inches. So what I've done is I've just raked over the soil. I used this scaffold board and I stood on it just to compact the ground a little bit. So it's just a matter of creating a hole with a dibber about 6 inches deep, and then placing the leek into the hole, and then that's it. What you do is when you water it, you fill the hole with water, and then over time the hole will obviously, the dirt will go back into the hole. That's the way that we plant our leeks, and it seems to have worked. Right, let's start this side. So the rows need to be about 12 inches apart. So I do one about here, and not there, here. So you're creating a hole with a dibber at about 6 inches to 8 inches deep, and then just simply get the leek, make sure the roots go into the hole, and then you just leave it. So the rows are 12 inches apart, and each plant needs to be about 12 inches apart. So that's about a foot. And I'm quite lucky because the ground is still quite wet because we had a lot of rain over the past couple of days. The ground's still wet, so when I create the hole it doesn't sort of collapse into each other. So I will keep doing this, and then afterwards I'll give them a little water, and then that will be done. Right, well that's a few more post-holiday jobs done. There's still plenty more to do though, like always. There's all the weeds that need sorting out. I still need to deadhead a few of the flowers. There's a few flowers which I want to pick as well, so I might come up later tonight and pick some of those. And then there is in fact that whole flower meadow area to do. The wildflower seed mix which I bought can actually be sown in September, so it will be really nice to be able to try and get that area cleared, get it marked out, and then I can sow the seed for that. And I need to take all the bindweed off of the strawberry cages because that's really bad. But at least the leeks are in, and the dwarf French beans are in, which is great because hopefully now they can start growing, and hopefully there's still plenty of time for them to grow. So that's it for this video. I will upload a little holiday video. It's not much, but it's just a little taste of what my holiday was like. So I hope you enjoy that, and thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.